Hello everyone, good morning. This is Osvaldo, the head TA for 109, and here is the video for us to get ready for week 5. So the activities as usual are posted here on Gaucho Space. Here week 5 you're gonna see the section work here. I did not change the name here, this is my bad. I'll do this as soon as I finish the video. And all the activities are posted here. Okay, and remember that we do have a midterm to proctor. My apologies, I want the calendar. So we have a midterm to proctor here on Friday 8. Okay, and these are the instructions from Dr. Nava. You can find them here in the TA hub, and then you go here to instructor announcements. Okay, midterm exam. We have to arrive at his office, North Hall 1028 at 7:30 a.m. and then we're gonna proctor the exam from 8 to 8:50, and we should get ready to grade that same day. So professor wants us to know our schedule, and so the idea is for us to get everything done on that same day on Friday. Okay, so talk to the professor, let him know what your schedule is on Friday. But the idea is everyone helps. We should be done with this within a couple of hours. Okay, so now for week 5, again, I'm going to change this as soon as I finish the video. Let's go over the assignments for the week. Okay, I started here with a percentiles problem, and this is the percentiles problem about a normal distribution. You can see here, week 4, it's the same problem here as the second problem here, part 2 of problem 2 from last week. The reason is, for instance, in my section I did not talk about this. Professor Nava did not get to talk about normal distributions by the time when I was teaching my section, so I decided not to go over this problem before the professor talked about it in section. Okay, it's a good problem nonetheless. Students usually have trouble finding percentiles. If you give them a number, they find a z-score, then they find a probability. But if you give them the probability, they don't usually know how to go back. So it's a good problem to go over, and therefore it's here for us to cover again if you did not do this last week. Of course, if you did this on week 4, you don't do it again. So then we have a couple of problems here about joint PDFs. Very straightforward. Okay, this one you have to find A, B, C according to the header here. And then you find this particular probability here. You just have to come up with what are the possible ways that x times y is smaller than 3, and then you sum those probabilities. Okay. Third problem here, also sort of straightforward. You have to find if they're independent. This is a big deal. You should explain to them when x and y are independent. So pretty much for all pairs here, x and y, the joint probability has to be the product of the marginals, right? So then we find expected value. We started talking about moments, and then we find the probability distribution, the probability mass function for this function here, z equals xy. Okay, if you have time, if you want to go over this, if the professor gets to this point, we can start talking about the central limit theorem. Okay, so we have here average. So we're going to compute expected value and variance of x bar, find the distribution of the simple mean, which is normal, and so on and so forth. The quiz is very straightforward. I give you a joint PDF, and we have to figure out if x and y are independent. As usual, grading 0 for no show, 50% if they didn't get, if they made a mistake, 100% if everything is fine, if everything is correct. Again, you return to them a week after, and they have a week to give it back to you in case they did not get 100%. Okay, if they got a 0, then they did not get a second chance. But if they got a 50, they made a mistake, then you give them a second chance. They have a week to return the quiz to you. Okay, solutions are here, pretty straightforward. Professor wrote up these solutions. They're pretty well explained. If you have trouble, let me know. Okay, just email me with questions about this. Again, solutions for the quiz are not here. That's by design. They are going to be independent if I'm not mistaken, but you have to show it. Okay, and that's it for the first section. I mean, it's a bit long, but then again, if you decide not to go over problem 4, it's fine. Maybe I'll put it again next week. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Now for the lab, again it's a bit long, but I liked it a little bit better this way. For week 3 I felt it was a bit short. People were done in like 20 minutes. This week people took a little bit more time with 3 problems. So I feel like 3 problems is a better number here. So you're gonna have to teach them how to install the analysis tool pack again. Most of the labs, I don't know why I think they reset Excel, whatever, and then you have to install it again. So if you have trouble, come back here. I think quiz lab 3, sorry, lab 3 instructions. Let's see, in the header here it tells you how to install the analysis tool pack. Okay, so you have to install the analysis tool pack. You're gonna generate 1,000 random numbers from a normal distribution mean 3, variance 4. You're gonna draw a histogram, see that it's close to a normal 0,4, of course, and then you're gonna compute the sample mean and sample standard deviation, and of course these numbers should be close to 3, the mean, and 2, the standard deviation. Okay. Problem 2 here is a bit more complicated, but I like this problem. So we want to generate a sample from the exponential distribution. Again, as it says here, it's not available on the Excel analysis toolpack, but we can use the inverse uniform transform. This is a really cool trick. It's explained here. So if u is uniform 0,1, then 1 over lambda log u is exponential with mean 1 over lambda, again parameter lambda. So what we're going to do here, we're going to generate a bunch of uniform random variables and then do this calculation here with it. 1 over lambda. There should not be a minus here. This is a typo. I'm gonna fix this. I'll check this out, okay? Be careful about this. But you have to do this exact transformation here, and then you should get uniform random variable, sorry, exponential random variables on column B. You're gonna compute the mean and standard deviation again, like you did in part A, and you're gonna compare them with the actual mean and variance. They should be close again because we're generating random variables based on this distribution. Finally, we're gonna use the analysis toolpack to generate 2,000 random numbers between -2 and 4. Again, same thing, draw a histogram, compute mean and variance, compare, and then finally you have to explain how you can obtain the same thing with this formula here. Okay, so this is supposed to be rand. A rand gives you a random number between 0 and 1. 6 times that, of course, a number between 0 and 6. Just subtract 2, uniform random number between -2 and 4. So this is just another way to generate the same random numbers. So what we're doing here is showing them how to sample from random variables, and since we're studying random variables, that I thought this was a good idea to do the quiz, the lab this week. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions about anything here, any of the problems. I mean, again, you have solutions here. Try to keep a nice pace. If it's too long, don't rush through all the problems. And most importantly, remember that you have to be in North Hall 10:28, 7:30 a.m. on Friday. Okay, so I think that's it for this week. You have a nice week, and please let me know if you need any of my help. Okay, bye.